Hey everybody, this is Johnny Dem. Eating a strawberry popsicle. First video in a long time on this channel. And but I have been doing some YouTube stuff. We brought back the Warlocks channel. We got there's a few channels that are basically under the Warlocks Entertainment System banner. We got this channel. Zach's channel, which is Zach Nanimus channel, technically is under this umbrella too, but like this channel, he hasn't been publishing a lot of videos, but we've been putting a lot of work into the Warlocks Entertainment System channel, which was kind of dead for a while because we were working on the Quite Contrary channel, which now has been neglected. So very clearly, two people running a network of channels, YouTube channels, four channels is too much work. That's what we figured out. I've been thinking about dropping the Quite Contrary channel. Well, it'll still be there, but I'm just kind of letting it sit. But then when I think about that, then I think about how successful it was when we were publishing stuff to it regularly, and I think it has an edge to it. It has an advantage of having a built-in uniqueness to the other channels. I mean, Warlocks, it's just a channel where a couple of nerds talk about stuff, and that's not unique at all. Quite Contrary at least had a unique thing about it. Anyway, first video back on this channel, and I just go off about the other channels. But you know, I wanted to do this video because I realized I got a lot of stuff on my mind that I can talk about, and I just haven't done a video in a while. It might be a little echoey in here because there's not a whole lot of furniture. But the point about this video is, well, the point about this channel really is just about, it can just be my personal channel where I can talk about whatever I want, and there's a lot of stuff I can talk about. There's some subjects I haven't been able to talk about. Just because I just can't. I could not, but now I can. So there's a lot of stuff that's going to be opened up and I can talk about. I was going to show you our studio because I don't think I've actually done a behind-the-scenes type of video for, at this particular location. This is where I live now. This is our studio. So there's a green screen. There's some lights up there. Those help illuminate the green screen, which helps make a cleaner green screen effect. We also have our other big lights. Yeah, you can see one back there. But there's two of those. Got our camera. The TV that's set up there, that's for when we do Let's Plays. So we got the One X here, as well as the Switch set up there. I don't know if you can see that right there. We also have the 360. That's the Halo Reach? No, Halo 4. Halo 4 edition of the 360. And then that TV's not very good. We are moving, so showing you this is going to be just to document it almost for myself. I don't think there's going to be a lot of people that watch it. So we are moving. We can't afford this place anymore. Which, the reason we can't afford it anymore is because we're not a household of three incomes anymore. Some of you may not have known that I actually had a household of three incomes. That gets into the topic of the stuff that I can talk about now that I wasn't able to talk about before. But before we do that, I will talk about that in a second. I'm sure you're curious now. Let's finish the little tour. So there's some boxes. There's some Warlock stuff. I've acquired a lot of Warlocks exclusive stuff that is in my life only because of the Warlock stuff. And so there's a lot of it in there. Got camera stuff in there too. This is my computer, which is a Zydax. I don't know if you're familiar with Zydax, but it's a company that builds computers. And I could have, and I have, built computers and stuff like that before. And although it's cheaper, I would have had to have kind of bought all the... anyway, it was a decision I made a long time ago. I ended up financing that thing just to get it because I needed a new good computer at the time. And I couldn't just wait and buy one piece at a time and finally build the whole thing. These are the foam panels with noise dampening. I'm going to buy a whole bunch more of those so you get better studio quality sound. You might be able to hear that AC unit's right outside the window. That can get annoying sometimes with the audio when we're recording the show and stuff like that. Actually, that's OBS is running there. It's sometimes running. Sometimes it runs all the time. It'll just stay up on my computer until I turn it off. I do need to eventually upgrade the graphics card. That's my next project there. And I also want to fix... I have a hard drive issue. Not that anything's failing, but when I first got the computer, it came with a 250 gig SSD, and which was great. It ran really well. And then it had, the hard disks, regular hard drives with the ARM. Those it had for storage. That's what it had in it, and like a terabyte or something like that. I think I had already. I installed two different. I think I had two different 2 terabyte drives that I bought that were on sale at one point. But the SSD is great and worked for the operating system. But I was having trouble keeping because all I really wanted on that drive was stuff I was stuff that needed to run on that drive, the operating system, and then not much else. But I wanted to run some programs on there, like install them to the hard drive, and I was having trouble. Even though I directed them differently later, I was having trouble with these temporary files that kept filling up the hard drive too fast, and it was just a hassle. So I want to get a much larger SSD, install the operating system, and my basic programs. I want to do all the Adobe Suite at least on there. Okay. So, there's Bat'Scalibur. It's a Batman sword. It's really cool gifts. My now ex-wife. That's right. I'm divorced now. So, she bought me that a long time ago. I think it may have been our first time at the Renaissance Festival. I don't think there's anything else cool in here. More. There's another case, computer case. I used to keep more of those, but I very rarely actually finish projects with computers. But that's a really cool case. It's a Halo 2 case, actually. I think that was the Halo 2 case. No, it's not. That's just my old computer. It's a better case. So, the thing I was not able to talk about before was my polyamorous relationship that I had, I did have for a little while. I was married and had a girlfriend, and she lived with us. It's weird to say this publicly, just because my now ex-wife, she was the one that didn't want me talking about it publicly. She didn't never came out publicly with it. Only a select few friends knew, and that became a problem because it became very apparent, very, very clear that she just was never going to tell her family, and I did. So for me, it was real. We were living it, but she just couldn't do it. She couldn't come out, as poly to her family. So I think it's part of the reason we ended up getting a divorce. Sorry, my arm is getting tired. I'm not going to go into too much detail now. I can definitely talk about stuff like this later if you guys want to just leave comments and talk about it that way. I'm more than happy to. But yeah, it's always an interesting experience when you got to tell friends or family about that particular part of your life if you're doing that kind of thing. But yeah. Enough about that. I think that's enough. The reveal is enough for me right now. What else are we going to talk about? Okay, so we're moving. So I'm going to have to set up the studio all over again. The place we got our eye on right now, it actually has, because right now this is a 2-bedroom house, there's an apartment that we're looking at. It's actually got 3 bedrooms, but technically it's 2 bedrooms plus what they call a study. They actually converted. There's like some storage. It was a storage room or something for the actual premises. Like that was their apartment's like utility room of some sort, and they converted that into a space for that apartment that was next to that room. We haven't actually gotten to look at it, get our eyes on it yet, but we've been talking to them about it as it was going to be becoming available. So I'm going to look at that soon. I'll be able to actually get a feel for the space, see how big it is. This room, I don't know if you can tell, but it's really not that big. It feels maybe a little big when you're looking at it on the screen like that. It's a decent size. I took the bigger of the 2 rooms that we had, the spare bedrooms that we had here. Yeah, so never mind. This is a 3-bedroom. I said this is a 2-bedroom house. It's a 3-bedroom house. So it'll be nice if we go to the apartment. We'll have the studio, our bedroom, and then a guest bedroom, or what might end up becoming my son's room, because I also have a son now. I haven't spoken too much publicly about that either. That's going to be a surprise to some people. I actually have not talked about it on Facebook. I haven't put photos up or anything like that. My Facebook is pretty public, so I just haven't done it yet. I just felt weird about it. You know, I sometimes, I guess, in the past, I've been maybe a little judgmental about people that just want to not put any pictures up, but it's their prerogative. I've always had that. Like it's if you don't want to share pictures of your child on Facebook, I understand why. I think some people are a little. I think the reasoning is what got me and what I was a little judgmental about, because people were worried about pedophiles and stuff. And I understand that to a point, but if there's nothing, I don't know. I just don't. That's a very uncomfortable thought. You know, pedophiles getting a hold of your pictures of your children. So I understand it. I just thought some people were a little over guarded about it, because especially if you have your Facebook set to private, you know, only friends can see it and that kind of thing. A family member, actually made their profile picture a picture of my son, and I hadn't released any pictures of my son on Facebook, and I thought that was a little weird for them to take that initiative without talking to me. But last time I looked up the timer here about how long this video has been going, it was at 3 minutes. And now we're at 12, almost 13 minutes. Man, the time goes by fast. I hope to do more videos, not necessarily just like this. I know that one of these videos is, unless you really give a shit about me, then you're not gonna have a lot of enjoyment out of this. I wanted to bring back my T-shirt Tuesday videos. It's something I was actually having a lot of fun doing. I love a good, well-designed T-shirt, and I've got some new ones that you guys haven't seen yet. So I do want to do that. I want to bring that back. T-shirt Tuesdays every day. That's the slogan for that, because it doesn't have to be Tuesday for me to release that. It just rhymes. That's the only reason we do that. I was doing it on Tuesdays, but screw it. Who cares? You can watch these videos whenever you want. It doesn't have to be on Tuesday. I haven't been to an Astros game this season yet. I just feel like that's information that you need to know, especially someone who has the ability to gift to me tickets to an Astros game. I think that would be very helpful, and I think that'd be very friendly, and it's the right thing to do, and that's really what it's all about. All right, so I'm going to stop rambling. I'm going to end this video. Have fun being you. I got to come up with a new slogan for this channel, something to sign off with. Have a donut for me. We'll try a few more out, but that's what we got right now. Later.